Hi, welcome back to Forgotten Legends of Sound. Today is actually my pick. So this album that I want to do is Savage Circus with Dreamland Manor. And it's been a little bit since we've done a power metal album, so I was like, hey man, let's freaking do it. And funny enough, this album was supposed to be the first video for our channel back when we did it with Chad and everything. But it's like we didn't have like anything right going on with it, so we scrapped the video. It didn't work. So this was supposed to be the first video for Forgotten Legends of Sound, but it didn't quite happen.
Yeah. So we did Darkane Expanding Senses instead.
Yeah, we did Darkane, so which is a great intro video to the channel, you know. But anyways, so yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna just kind of analyze the album, go through each song, talk about it and everything. And yeah, when I got into Savage Circus, it was when this album was like brand new, and the song that got me into them was track 7, like. That song, like listening to it, I was just like, oh, heck yeah, you know. And I loved the fact that, you know, they had the Blind Guardian drummer on here. And so I was just kind of like, oh, heck, man, you know, sign me up. Let's do it, you know. And I think these guys kind of get a bad rap sometimes because they're seen as like some kind of Blind Guardian clone and everything. When it comes to their songwriting, the vocalist, all that stuff. But honestly, I think they just did a stellar album with this one, you know. So there's some Blind Guardian albums that like I like this one more than some of those Blind Guardian albums. Not as much as Nightfall on Middle Earth, but you know, like this is a solid album. So anyways, for those of you who've never heard of Savage Circus, you know, this is definitely the way to begin getting into them. But yeah, I don't have much to say about how I got into them, but yeah, do you have any thoughts before we jump in?
So in high school, I did kind of think this was just a Blind Guardian clone.
Oh, you were one of those guys.
I was one of those freaking guys. And I was just kind of like a bit more dismissive of it. And then it wasn't until the last, like, I don't know, recently that I'm kind of more so like, dude, Savage Circus is pretty sick. And I do think that this, like, if some people really want to go back to the sound of Blind Guardian in the early to mid 90s or whatever, this has that sound a lot. But this is just, they've written some really, really awesome metal tunes. And yeah, I really dig this album a lot. I need to listen to the second album more, but yeah, like this album I think is really sick. So yeah, I'm cool jumping in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
So yeah.
First track for Dreamland Manor is called Evil Eyes. Here we go.
Yeah, buddy.
Evil Eyes.
Evil Eyes. Some of these songs are a little bit longer and stuff, but it doesn't feel like all the songs feel pretty good. Like they don't feel like they drag or anything, you know.
Freedom, the freedom, and right into
All right, so for that song, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10, man. I think this is an awesome intro to the album and everything. It has everything that this album is pretty much all about. You know, the solo section was fantastic. I love they switch it up and then back to shredding again, do something else, and then more shredding. Like, it's like this song is like 7 or 8 minutes long or something, but it's a phenomenal song. Like, to me, there's nothing wrong with it. I love every time they do that whole you know, I love that. And then the bridge is great, and just, man, it's just a freaking great song. I love the chorus. Like, I think this is an awesome freaking song. So not much more to add. Drums are on point, guitars are just going for it, you know, and just leaving the it's very upbeat, and it doesn't it doesn't detract from this. They don't do some weird tangent that distracts or anything. It all just very fortifies just that upbeat, just freaking Evil Eyes, man. You know, I will say maybe the lyrics are a little bit less, you know, of a strength, you know, because the lyrics are a little bit generic kind of thing, you know. But I mean,
when the music is this good,
when it's this,
like,
yeah, exactly. And some of these songs, like, I know, like, for instance, like track 5 is inspired from It the Clown, you know, Stephen King. I don't know, but maybe some of these others might be inspired from other things, but I don't know from what, you know what I mean? So if I knew, maybe this song would have more relevance or something, but I don't really know. So, but yeah, what do you give it, man?
I think I might give it a 10 too. Like, I kept, you know, sorry to say, like, I know it's the big criticism of compared to Blind Guardian, but that's probably what I'm going to do throughout it. But I kept thinking to myself, like, man, this sounds like it would fit on Imaginations or Tales from the Twilight World. Like, it sounds like it would fit on those. Especially that chorus sounds very Imaginations from the Other Side. The way it's just booming and the guitar work is awesome. The soloing was great. His vocals are awesome. I guess he's the vocalist for Persuader. I've only heard them a little bit, and, like, he's got a great voice. It's crazy that he could really hit a lot of these notes too. You know, like, he's just... You know, because Hansi has such a distinct voice, and I'm like, man, like, this dude can do a lot of the stuff that Hansi could do too, which is a huge compliment, because I know that's definitely not easy for vocalists to do and stuff.
Yeah, everyone loves Hansi's voice, and more
I feel,
Blind Guardian isn't bad to me.
I know if this was a lost Blind Guardian album that they made and then it got shelved, and it was like, this was supposed to come out in freaking 1994 or something, then people would be freaking going nuts over it, because it is phenomenal music. And I do feel like this band deserves way more recognition, because they've really created just an awesome metal record. You know?
Well, and that's why like we do this channel and everything, is we want to do some underrated albums and albums that maybe don't get the kind of love and respect that we think that they should. Yeah. And so I'm glad that we're going through it and giving it its due, so to speak. You know,
I gave it a 10. I was thinking 9.5 just because I was like, not as original or whatever. But then I was like, dude, man, it's a freaking sick song. Yeah. Like. You know, I can't find any fault with it. It's pretty awesome. And I agree, it's an awesome freaking opener.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're into power metal, like this is a must-have kind of album, I would say. But
yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, let's
ready for track 2. Here's Between the Devil and the Seas.
Yep.
Oh, snap. Ocean. That ocean, bro. hot damn.
All right, man, what do you give this one?
I give it a 9.5. I feel like the melodies aren't as strong as Evil Eyes, but they're still really, really freaking good. And his vocals, dude, his voice is so freaking awesome. You know, like he's got a phenomenal voice. Yeah, it's too bad it's taken me like over 20 years or whatever to like get into this album like you are.
Yeah.
Because this album is really, really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. What do you think, bro?
I'm going to give it a 9.5 also. This is the song that I always love. I always enjoy it and everything. But it's not the song that stays with me as much as some of the other ones. Like whenever I'm not listening to the album and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a great second track, great follow-up.
Yeah.
I love the solo section and everything. But I feel like I like the intro song a little bit more, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not to say that like this is a crappy song. It is shorter, you know, and some people might enjoy this one a little more. I do like kind of the mysterious vibe it has going
especially
with
that
like
with the like keyboards and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of makes it more mysterious.
Like that's pretty cool. But I do think maybe the chorus doesn't do as much for me as the, you know, not in the morning.
Yeah, that chorus definitely
it was
hits
more. Yeah, exactly.
This one, the chorus is great, but it doesn't hit as hard as the Evil Eyes does.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, everyone's on point here. And I was telling Ian, like in the middle of the song, I was like, man, I love the seamless, you know, speedy parts and then going into just an 80s heavy metal Judas Priest kind of section and then going back and picking up the tempo again. They're so seamless with doing just kind of a hiding in the chambers in the black, you know, and then back into, you know, just rocking out. And anyways, dude, it's a great freaking heavy metal, power metal freaking album, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ready for track 3, Waltzing the Demon?
Let's do it, man.
Oh, snap, they waltzing.
Yeah, man.
So strange, but yet familiar. Illusions of dark and delusions
snatching that.
Snatching it up.
Snatch that, so.
I'm going to give that one a 9. I think I do like the first tracks more than this song. I do like the intro part with the acoustic and everything, you know, silently and everything, you know, sweet seduction, and it kind of leads in and everything. But I kind of wish the transition was a little more mysterious going into the verse section and starting the song off and everything, you know.
Yeah.
I do like, they kind of have like this 3, 4, 6, 8 feel throughout the song. And I like that and everything. But I do feel a bit like maybe the song is a little bit too long and everything. Yeah. Like, I like all the singing parts and the bridges and the chorus and all that stuff. I just feel like maybe it was a little bit too long.
But I feel it's a tad long. I did enjoy it. I give it an 8. But like, I feel like I like the bridges kind of more than the actual like chorus. The chorus doesn't do as much for me, you know.
I can see that.
And it's a little long, but it's still a great song. You know, it's definitely not even filler. You know.
Yeah.
And but a little bit long. Maybe not as strong as the first two, but still pretty solid.
Probably my favorite parts of the song is the whole like in my mind. There's so much to find. You know, and it honestly, there's parts of this album that remind me a little bit of Testament's Legacy album, you know, with like burnt offerings and like
especially with some of the mysterious sort of like notes that they're hitting. I could hear that.
Like, you know, I like some of that stuff, and I like whenever music, like if someone is saying they're losing their mind and stuff, and then the music is doing stuff that's like, I like all that kind of stuff. You know, I think all that stuff
hitting
is
all these
cool.
Minor keys while they're
losing
their mind.
Exactly.
It's very fitting.
It's very fitting,
you know?
and I like all that kind of stuff. So
you're not going to be like, I'm losing my mind, and then doing like a major scale.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just, I like when the tone fits with the lyrics and everything, and it plays with each other. You know, so pretty cool though.
Ready for Tomorrowland?
Yeah, let's do it.
Tomorrowland. No.
I like this song.
Some of it reminds me of old Demons and Wizards vibe too. It's got a little eyes. audio.
I'm not afraid, I'll be on the way. My way to escape, I'm hearing the who beats my armor will shine. Once upon a time, on the day of the bloody star, on the quest for Tomorrowland, I close my eyes and I make a wish. Bring me home to Tomorrowland, writing the tale of the fallen song. On the quest for Tomorrowland, I'll make it a wish. Bring me home to Tomorrowland.
Pretty insane, man.
Oh man. Dude has a crazy voice. Yeah, that song is definitely a step up from Waltz of the Demon. I really enjoy the chorus, but I don't know. There's like I feel like I wanted maybe a little more in the solo. Like I'm trying to find the reasons why it's not as high as the first two for me. But at the same time, it was still really good, and I like the sort of brooding nature of like the verse sections and stuff. But yeah, I give it a 9. It's still good. It's still a great song, you know.
Dude, I'm giving that song a freaking 10, dude. This is probably like my second favorite song on the album, man.
Yeah.
I freaking love the verse section and everything. The way he's just kind of like, you know, leave me alone. And the way it transitions from part to part and everything, like, I just freaking love it, you know? And every time he's just kind of like, once upon a time. I like the lyrics with the song a lot because it's about escapism. It's about, you know, not being content with the world you live in and trying to find meaning in everything in your life. And he's like, dude, I want to be the person that saves the day. I want to be the person who's like strong and whatever. And it's just, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of like, almost like, you know, in like the 80s and 90s when there's a lot of those kind of fantasy stories of like, oh, kid gets sucked into a book.
Like
kid
never
gets
ending story.
Yeah, never ending story and all that stuff. This song gives me that kind of vibe where it's kind of like this kid wanting to do something great and everything. And so I think this song's fantastic. I will, probably my favorite moment on the album is like whenever he's like singing like, can you go back to the lyrics real quick? This section here, yeah, where he's like, where I'd be riding on a white horse, saving my princess from harm. I'll be a hero, courageous and bold, holding her into my arms. When they go into that kind of verse section, it's a little different from the other times that they were doing the verse. And it's like the guitar's just, and the drummer is just sitting there. And it feels like we're just riding along. This song is so freaking good with just putting me into the kind of like,
the narrative
of what they're doing. Yeah, it's just like, when I've been riding on a leaning my prince, and we're just kind of galloping along and everything. I freaking love this song, and every time it pauses, on the quest for tomorrow, like I'm just like, what a beast of a song. So I freaking love this song, and no one's gonna change my mind.
That's fine with me.
So,
no, I think the lyrics are probably my favorite part of, compared to the earlier songs. I think the lyrics are more meaningful in this one.
And plus, like, I love that part whenever it does. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's kind of like the Accolade from Symphony X.
Yeah.
Whereas like young person wanting to grow up and be great and stuff.
Yeah.
Know? In this, it's like a fantasy context. It's escape to. I wish I was in a fantasy world where I was actually like the hero and whatever. Yeah. Instead of freaking working my 9-to-5 job and freaking paying bills and whatever. Yeah.
And I like the solo section and everything. And there's that part when it slows down. And it's like, now darkness is coming down. And it's kind of slower and stuff. But whenever it pauses and there's like not really a whole lot of music, and it's like, now I am string of destiny is mine. And then the guitars are like, it's like we like ramp up again.
Yeah, the way to escape, I'm hearing the hoofbeats. My armor will shine.
Armor will shine. Then he's just like, once upon a time. I'm just like, freaking hell yeah. And then back into the chorus, dude. Phenomenal song. So yeah, dude, freaking 10 for me, easy.
Yeah, 9 for me, easy. Totally a 9. And I'll defend that to the death too. You ready for it together?
You and Savage Circus go way back.
Dude, we go way back. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Here's It the Gathering. So clowns, huh?
Yep.
Clown song.
This one has good lyrics also. Yeah, this one's cool. Oh, we could do that.
The forgotten evil's drawing near. Hidden down below, they stood the test of time and now it's here. No loss of memories protecting me no more. Seven bound to the earth, forgotten love that brought us back. Gathering here to end it once and for all. Hand in hand, we gonna stand together again to carry out what must be done. Our final chapter has begun.
That was a great chorus. Yeah, great chorus.
Now we're going back in time to fulfill the mission to seal the line. In the underworld of the sewage pipes, the tunnels bare of light. Oh, don't fear, expedition to the bone. Down below, I'm not alone. Seven minds about a single thought. Seven bound to return. Seven monsters to evil beasts to finally get released. A devil in the skies of a cloud is preying on the children of the town. No loss of memories protecting you no more. Seven bound to the earth, forgotten love that brought us back. Gathering here to end it once and for all. Hand in hand, we gonna stand together again to carry out what must be done. Our final chapter has begun.
Like the drummer stays on point all the time, you know? Like he ain't being lazy, you know? dreams, make believe, fiction.
Bro, it's not real.
It's not real, bro. Wake up.
Bro, it ain't real, man.
Yo, the crap is topsy-turvy, Nemo. You gotta wake up. Remember that?
I remember, but I don't remember.
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, is
The
that what
dude,
it,
yeah, the dude chilled in bed. He's like, yo, the crap's topsy-turvy, Nemo. You gotta wake up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this song, I'm going to give it a 10, dude. This is a great song. Another one where I like the lyrics, man. I love every time, like, there's that pause and everything, you know, no loss. It's like, no loss of memories protected me no more. And then it's like, no loss of memories protecting you no more. And I like the whole
prophecy fulfilled or whatever.
yeah. And then it's like 7 bound to the oath. Every time he's like, hold on, forgetful. It's like, it's so freaking cool, man. And it's like, I love how, you know, in it, whenever they become adults, they all forget about the clown and everything. And when it's coming back to them, they're like, holy crap, we got to go back to Derry and freaking finish it off and everything. And I just love that line, hold on, forgetful. You know, what a freaking awesome line. And that chorus is just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe the solo section is a bit derivative from some of the other solos we've already had and everything. But the power of that bridge into that chorus and everything is just really so freaking good. So yeah, I freaking love this song. It the Gathering is awesome.
I'm giving it a 10 too. Yeah, I love the sort of a cappella moment where it's like, you know, he's just singing by himself and going to that chorus is just, it is sick. And I like how the chorus, you have all these different moments where like the choir or the backing vocals sort of accent different spots, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's just like, together and to carry out, then the, you know, what must be done. Final check. You know, it's just like throughout the whole chorus, it's just very tasteful. It's very, you know, it's not monotonous at all. There's always, you know, some parts he's singing, some parts of the backing. It's just really cool. Very awesome chorus.
I love it when like a vocalist gets a moment to shine and stuff. And when they're saying that, hold on, you know, 7 bound to the oath, it's like the chorus, everyone's singing 7 bound to the oath, and then he's alone saying, hold on, forgetful. And I agree with you, man. The back and forth between the chorus accompaniment and him singing is freaking it's great.
Sick. I do kind of agree a little bit, like maybe some of the guitar playing is starting to feel a little static,
a little bit,
kind of doing the same things over and over, and you kind of want maybe a little variety in the playing, you know.
Sure.
But the playing is still really awesome, so it's like it's not really that big of a complaint, you know.
Right, yeah.
So you ready for Beyond Reality?
Yeah, let's do it, man. This album's kind of going by quick, I feel like.
Yeah. So funny how almost all these songs, like I'm like, oh yeah, how's that one going? Then they begin and I'm like, oh yeah, that's that one. Oh yeah, this is the
I think the thing too is when I was getting into this, I was also playing stuff like Steel Attack and
that's true.
Everything gets lost in the mix of all these other albums and stuff.
Yeah.
In the woods, the elves are calling, wonderlands when night is falling. Down on me, bringing on the wildest dreams of fairy tales and magic things. race. Let me dive into my fantasies, far beyond my reality. Let me dwell inside the land of dreams, far beyond. Let me dive into my fantasies, far beyond my reality. Let me dwell inside the land of dreams, far beyond reality, far beyond reality, far beyond reality, so far beyond.
Well,
And then right into like I like the placement of this album, like the song placements. It's pretty dope.
you know, that song, like, I feel like
I'm
that
really
one
surprised.
hit me the hardest out of all of them so far. As far as like when I'm
Interesting.
going through the album and stuff, I remember that verse section being kind of getting on my nerves and stuff when
Yeah.
I would listen to it before. But this time, reading the lyrics and everything, like, man, that song is just really hitting hard, and that's a phenomenal
Wow.
chorus. Just an amazing song, awesome ballad. I give it a 10. What do you think, bro?
Wow, dang. Like, why was it hitting you hard?
Dude, I don't know.
Like-
Just the melody of it was also making me kind of nostalgic too. Let me dive into my fantasies, far beyond my reality. Let me dwell inside the land of dreams, far beyond reality. I mean, you guys heard that. You were there.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, I don't know. It has a very somewhere far beyond vibe to it. Maybe because you keep saying far beyond reality. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it just had that vibe to it, and it was just kind of like, man, the piano and stuff. It reminded me a bit of Black Chamber, you know. And it kind of made me when we were listening to it, I was kind of like, man, I wish Chad was here and for him to do the scores too, you know. Like I kind of missed doing it with all three of us just because it was so cool just hearing his perspective. You know, it added more variety, more just yeah. And I don't know, the song I was just feeling very nostalgic, and I was like, this is a sick freaking song. Yeah. What do you think, bro? What are you gonna give it?
Man, so I was like thinking 8.59 or whatever, but this song has hit me really hard in the past. Because I'm feeling it too, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10 also, because like if some days it's more like a 9 or 9.5, you know, like
and
the
that's
talking
same
part
for me
you know?
too. Like some days
But some of the melodies really do kind of get me emotional in a sense, because like go back real quick to, I love the bridge part. Can you go up again a little bit? Like, you know, whenever he's just kind of like,
when I'm closing my eyes, I see the mirror waiting for me.
when
Like,
they
that's so
say
cool.
like, you know, oh, Dreamland is calling my name. Oh, I will be there. And then he's like, when I'm closing my eyes. You know, that's kind of where he's at. But then the last time he does it, when he's like, when I'm closing my eyes, you know, it's a totally different
Like
key
tone or
change, you know,
something.
instead of the, you know, when I'm closing my eyes, he's just like, it's more piano and stuff. When I'm closing my eyes, I see the mirror. And I love whenever they're like, far beyond, then we outro out with the far beyond reality.
Yeah,
Far
piano's cool.
beyond
It's a 10,
reality.
man.
Like just
That's so
reiterating that, and then the final notes of so far beyond. You know, you've got that dual layer singing going on and everything. I think that the song does hit. You know, I do think like this song, I could see why it might not hit for some people though, you know, because you really got to be in the mood and everything.
Yeah.
Especially when you start off the songs, you know, the elves are calling, you know, whatever. You're thinking it's going to be just some generic fantasy. But me, I take it in a different kind of way. I take it in a more personable way of just like, I mean, you were saying like feeling nostalgic and stuff. So I take the song into just, you know, wishing for better things or something, you know, far beyond this freaking reality.
Far beyond this fudging world.
Fudging world. So, anyways, yeah, sick song, man.
Yeah.
And thanks again, bro, for doing this album with me, because
Yeah.
I do love this album, man. It is like, I don't know if it's in my top 10, but it's probably in my top 20 or top 30 like power metal albums.
Yeah.
It's a solid album.
It's up there now for me. Like it's it's really good. It's like
good.
another Dolly's Dilemma situation where I'm just like, this is way better than I ever give it credit. You know,
Boys, we got him. We
Yeah.
got him.
It is great.
Yeah.
It's a great freaking record. I remember the last two not being as good, but like, I mean, we'll get there.
I do like track 9, but 8 is a little bit of
It's a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, let's do it,
Wait
man.
for
When
it.
Hell Awakes, man.
When Hell Awakes.
This is the song that got me into them, so of course
This
I'm
is a
gonna love
song
it.
that I always thought it was When Hell Awaits.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
with a T. I was like, When Hell Awaits. And then I'm like singing along with everybody. But I'm thinking I'm saying what they're saying. And then I'm not actually saying what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then I'm only feeling like an idiot that I've been singing it wrong for the last 20 years now. You ready?
Yeah.
Here's
let's do it,
When
man.
Hell Awakes.
Brah. Has a little bit of vibe of track 2. A little bit like those tunes, yeah.
Out in the woods, unspoken horror of ancient malignance awaits. Leaving your sight out to face the hunger, following the wings of the north. The wings of the north. Curses the woodland and curses thy land. The edge of the forest is marking the line to the ground of red. So violent and vicious, so cruel and malign. Once there was peace and silence around me, a valley of green and the skies of blue. All is lost, children are raised with tales of fear, or tales of a
This voice, man.
Yeah, dude.
So good. So good.
crimson eyes are burning in the darkness of the woods.
Hell yeah, man.
So if I only could, when hell awaits, the gardens inside of my heart, unholy embrace. When it's killing me, the suspense of my joy, haunting my soul. The devil is already seeking control as a poison cold in the gardens inside of my heart. When hell awaits. This was the land of the golden seeds. Freedom and light surrounded me.
And the vocalist just did a great job, man.
Nothing forever. A darkening mist infected us all. Ages as passed as I grew, I prospered. The future was shining in the absence of death. Evil was rising, I saw its rebirth. Paradise now is hell on earth.
different, you know.
Oh, is that the?
Yeah, they didn't change key. They're just playing it
With that rhythm.
They just played over it.
So I think so. But the key change with the rhythm is like, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Well, like if you go lower, that's not key change. Key change would be like,
I guess I don't know.
it's like if you're like in like this scale, you know, or you or like we could talk about it.
Yeah, because I'd like to know a little bit more stuff. I don't just follow certain things.
But I don't have to hear it again. I didn't think so, but yeah, I'd have to hear it again.
I don't deal with the people that worry about the treble part. I worry about the bass player. That's where I'm at,
What is this one, bro?
I'm gonna give this freaking 10, man. This is probably my favorite on the album, dude. I love this song. I love just that whole "Crimson Eyes Are Burning" with, and the way the drums are just, you know, and the chorus is great. More of that sort of the vocalist interchanging with the backing vocals and everything. Just freaking sick, man. I don't have much to add for this song. It's just that everything that's done in this song is just done really well, you know? Yeah. And I'm a little bit biased with this song because it is the first song that I heard from them that got me into this band. So I have a little bit of a soft spot on it, but not much more to add, but what do you think?
I think I'm giving 9.5. That the bridge actually, so like I've heard this bridge a million freaking times, you know, the whole "Crimson Eyes Are Burning," and it's never really done much for me. I don't know why, but I do really like the whole "When Hell Away." Like I like the chorus and everything, and I like the energy of the song. You know, I like the soloing in it and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like leaning 9 to 9.5. It's somewhere kind of around there. It's still a phenomenal song. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't. I feel like some of the melodies in some of these other songs, I feel like maybe have something in them that maybe captures me a little bit more. I don't know, but it's still a great song. I can see why you enjoy it. And I see why it's 10. But I don't know. I think I'm going to give it I'll leave it at 9.5.
Leave it at 9.5.
I'll leave it at 9.5.
Leave it at 9.5. It's a great freaking song, man. We were talking in the middle of the song. There was one part that I wasn't sure if it was a key change or not, you know. But maybe you could explain what a key change is. Like, I guess like, because I don't play guitar. I'm a drummer, you know. But like if something's going like... So that's not a key change.
That's just going like down,
going a little lower. Okay.
Because you're still playing in the same key. You're just playing a lower thing. A key change would be like if you're like, and then you do something like it's kind of you can't really do a key change if you're just doing one note the entire time. Like you know what I mean? Like it'd have to be like a and then jump into a different no, it's like then it's like then moving up like maybe like 3 notes or whatever. Then
would that be a key change?
Yeah, because then suddenly you're in a different key. Because like when you're going up a scale or whatever, you're like do re mi fa sol la ti do na 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 na, and then you move it on na 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 na. Like you'd have to do a different like it has to be in a different section. So like. Gosh, I don't know if I could explain this very well either. Because it's like, you know that
there's times in music when there's that change in the song, but there's times in which maybe it's not a key change, but I do notice the change.
Yeah.
Like,
so you know that song Kings of the Carnival Creation from David Borgir? The way the guitar is going, like that's a key change because he's going in a different key. Like if he played like that right there is doing a key change, because then you're kind of like, if you just said you're like staying in the same key, but then this whole bit like like it's like that, I think, is a key change. Maybe everyone that's watching could freaking correct us, but
yeah,
it's kind of like definition. A key change, also known as modulation, refers to the movement of a piece of music from one key to another. This technique introduces a new layer of emotional depth. Keeping it okay, so it doesn't tell us shit about it. Key change.
But the thing that I do notice is the fact that, go back to that real quick.
Yeah.
The fact that they say that it adds a new layer of emotional depth and energy. Yeah. I feel that with a lot of music and everything. And I feel that with power metal, because I feel like they're consistently like up in the ante almost, you know what I mean?
And I think a key change also would be like like when Toto or something, I bless the rains down in Africa, and then maybe in the last chorus it'd be like, down in Africa, and then kind of going up, did I take the life and take me away from you? Well, like a little higher, and then they go, did I take the life and take me away from you? 100 men or more could ever do. Like if they went up or something like that, but they're still playing like the same notes, but they're just doing it in like a different key. So it's kind of just like, it's like we were operating in this key, then we moved up like maybe a couple notes higher, and now we're doing the same exact notes, but it's just in a different key that we're doing those notes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
What about like Sonata Arctica's like The Cage, like when they do the final chorus and everything, is that a key change? Because it's like, dream is alive, I can run up the hills every night, go around to see another sign of the dream, freedom has a meaning for me. You can
that is a key. Yep, that's a key change.
The hills every night, go around to see another sign of the dream.
Yep, that's a key change, because then they move up. They're doing the same notes, but suddenly you're not in the same key anymore. You're in a new, different, a higher key.
But power metal does that a lot, where the final chorus is the anthemic freaking. Yeah. They up the chorus, the previous chorus, and everything. Yeah. And it feels so much more impactful, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so that would
same thing with Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence, because he's just like, there's like it's terrible, I can't remember these words. Unforgettable measures we made, though there's the pain, the words are meaningless, unforgettable, all I ever wanted, all I ever need. Like that was a key here in my arms. Yeah. Words are very unnecessary, they can only do harm. And then you kind of go back down to whatever the key was in that verse section or whatever, And I think Shake the Disease from Depeche Mode does that too. But I think those are what key changes are. Okay. But yeah, hopefully that's right. That's how I understand it. If I am wrong, and if there's someone that because I didn't go to fudging school for any of this crap, but like if someone, if someone even gets this far in the video, and they're like, well, actually, the key changes, then they could correct it. But that's how I understand.
Yeah, because for me, like, it's funny because it's like I have played in orchestras. I don't consider myself like a classically trained guy. Yeah, most of what I learned with drumming is listening to music and then playing what they do and trying to learn from what I'm hearing, I didn't have I had a drum teacher for 2 years back in middle school, but that was like learning the basics of the drum set and whatever. Going up and everything, there's a lot that I just sort of intuitively know, but I don't know all the terminology and whatever.
That's me too.
And it's funny because like my wife, she went to like music school for college or whatever, and she's got more of a backing of like, oh yeah, this stuff, like people would take music theory and whatever, and I'm the kind of guy that's like, oh, like this and that and whatever, and then some kid could be like, oh, you mean the blah 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 mode, and I'm like, I don't know what it's called, I just know that there's something there, and so
that's me too. I'm more of an intuitive kind of like, I've heard enough music that I kind of know that something's happening here or whatever, even if I don't have the words for it either. Same thing with like different scales and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever this freaking scale. I don't know what it is. I just know that this scale you're supposed to be, and they're like, oh, well, you're playing in the whatever scale. I don't know. It's just supposed to be that melody.
So if you're doing like a and then you go that's in the same key.
Maybe that would be a key change.
Because yeah, I just don't. You know what I mean? Like what's the difference between playing the same notes and then playing the
so like if you're going down like the scale, if you're going you're staying in the same key the entire time. But if you did maybe that is a key. Is that what they probably did?
I kind of want to just hear that part real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
You could probably find it.
We're gonna.
You would probably find it better than me.
We're gonna just play this section here in When Hell Awakes, and I'll have to find it real quick. But anyway, that's why you watch this channel.
Maybe it would go down like that would just.
Yeah, it's in this section. Let me back. Okay, so listen to just the rhythm guitar. I think it's this rhythm section coming out.
Yeah, you might be right. Might be it. Yeah, because I think they went into a different key. I think they went into a different key and then they went down into the original one that it was in. Because I think we're in like this key.
Because the guitar solo might be playing both.
So this is like, so I think the key change is right here. That's when they do the key change. And then I think they went back down.
See, that's where I don't know. I don't know if that's a key change or not.
I think it might be. I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you're right.
But I don't know. But it does feel a little
Whoever
different.
knows about music theory and crap, then at least help us because we're not 100% sure. But I think you're right. I think it could be.
And the thing that I wonder too is like, well, when they go lower like that, the guy soloing is doing something and then solos in a different area to be in connection with the rhythm, you know?
Yeah. Can you indulge me 1 second? My guitar is just right here.
Yeah.
I kind of want to
Yo, It the Clown. Well, guys, Ian is going to grab his guitar, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do with his guitar, you know, but maybe he'll play something, who knows. But yeah, we've got 2 more songs. The Ghost Story and Born Again by the Night. But I like
is wasting our damn time.
But I like going off on these tangents and talking music and everything because, you know, we don't make videos to try and, no offense, to get clout and to get views and whatever. We do this because we love music. So what are you trying to say?
I don't even know if this is even tuned. I haven't touched this guitar in like a year or 2, you know?
Okay.
So, but let's see. So if you're in a key, you're like... If you're like in that key, then it'd be like... That would be a key change, you know, right there. But like, I don't know if they're doing like a... They're doing something and then they kind of just... Because if you're just doing like... I don't know, some... Gosh dang. Then you just jump down to... Yeah. That would be a key change right there. And then going back up. You know. Yeah.
I just want to play this section one last time.
I think it is a key change because they do something like that.
Because I was feeling a little unsure, you know. Like
I was like, that's not a key change. I was freaking. I didn't really think it was, but yeah.
Can I play
I'm really rusty.
Can I play this one more time?
Yeah.
Last time, and then we'll go on to track 8.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine.
Yeah, I just that rhythm section and everything, and the way the guitar solo is going, Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it is a key change. Yeah, that is a key change, bro. That is. That's a key change. You won. Let's move on, please. I'm tired of this. Let's do Ghost Story. No, I'm just.
But
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I like talking about this stuff because like there can be like little things here and there that I might get wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
But
I think you got that right. I think that is a key change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was, but anyways, yeah. I love that song.
I thought it was, and then you were all saying, "No, yeah, no, I think you're right, man." Like, yeah.
But yeah, I guess let's move on to Ghost Story. Thanks for.
But I am still keeping it 9.5 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though they have a little key change.
And you got to admit though, when he's like, "I need America,"
that part is
his
voice
cool.
is like pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what is it, Jens Carlson? I think
you're right.
Jens
Yeah.
Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
Jens, you have a sick freaking voice, man.
Killed it, man.
Killed it. You ready for Ghost Story?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Here is Ghost Story. Man, I haven't played in so freaking long. My fingers aren't even calloused anymore.
I'm gonna play on Tuesday. Like I'm gonna take my drums out and play, and I invited a few people.
That'll be sick.
I am secret ties. Send you scouting
This one just feels
Yeah, it probably gets on the album for sure. And some of these parts, it's like they've already done it better in other songs, so it's
Once again, the clock is striking the hour. Once again, I have to rise. Once again, I walk in the night, and the pain lets me die. Let me die. Immortal, punished to be nocturnal prison in eternity, forever banished back from the day. Within these walls, I have to remain the immortal ghost. The immortal ghost. Get it, you ghost.
Metallica.
Nemesis, the ghost. Immortal ghost.
Dude, it totally that feel into that. So that
The ghost. The immortal ghost. See that lightning.
you know. Jeez Louise.
yeah, this is you, bro.
Okay. This one is by far my least favorite track.
Yeah, mine too.
I give it a 6. It's pretty good. I like the chorus, but
Yeah.
some of the weaknesses is it's kind of meandering. Also, for a song that's about a ghost, it's like the least spooky song on this album. Like the rest, like they're going for this Middle Eastern, you know, and you know, and it just doesn't really fit the sort of Immortal Ghost vibe. Like musically, it just doesn't really seem to connect. I feel like
more of a boogie woogie.
it's like boogieing out and crap, and it's like maybe change the lyrics to be like more fitting your you know whatever thing.
Man,
I don't know. If it was more like spooky and whatnot, and if it wasn't 7 minutes, you know, we already have like plenty of 7-minute songs that kind of we're done with 7 minutes. You know, we're done by the time track 8. A lot of these things are just working against it, you know. So I give it a 6. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it a 7. One problem that I have with this song is like there's nothing in this song that wasn't done better in all the other songs. You know, the solo section, I can see where they're trying to pick things up, trying to switch it up and everything. But it just feels like you're adding time. And it's like we've already done this sort of pickup, whatever. I'm not feeling the gusto.
I'm not feeling it as
but
much
it's like
either. Yeah.
it's a good song. I don't mind it in the context of the album and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole like it's just
Ready to ride, yeah.
yeah, you know, it just I agree with you. Like I liked when it stopped and it was like, you know, now the clock has struck the hour, boom, and stuff. But I agree. I just feel like it could have been something more. I didn't feel it was a ghost story. Like the lyrics were,
but
the music didn't feel all
ghostly.
ghost story-ish. So,
Yeah.
anyways, good song. Could have been a lot better.
We
though.
still love this album.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but just not this song as much.
Yeah, let's do the
Ready
last
for
one.
Born Again by the Night?
Yeah. I feel like this one's the most straightforward, I feel like.
Well, 5 minutes is got
There's like moments in this album that just remind me of like just pure heavy metal.
the palm muting.
Yeah, the palm muting riff.
So good. wanted this band. But it feels the most like straightforward, you know, like it's like Dire D. Yeah. Just kind of go all out, kind of outro. Yeah. And it's more simple. Yeah. Which I kind of appreciate, like the end of all these songs. Like I kind of like some of this.
Exactly. I think it's a great outro.
Yeah.
Rise up and your heart will true. Inside your soul you will find the strength to carry on. And what else to do?
So good.
Your way back to paradise. Your side, you shall not fear this time. The
Let the
final
vocals take it away. Yeah. Going for it.
Forged by fire, the awakening awaits. So full of light, born again by the night.
So this also feels like track 2.
Yeah.
I want it more. I like that in the same way as the That's good.
This final stand, and now I realize I need to sacrifice my own salvation. So take my hand, and I'll guide you through. You'll find your fight.
Yeah, take it away. You're out.
So you can find your way back to paradise. Your side, you shall not fear this time. The final judgment now at hand. Forged by fire, the awakening
Look back at the
awaits. So full
That
of
reminds me of like
light, born again by the night.
Yeah.
Feels like a Pain of Salvation outro.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Pain of Salvation
Those
outro.
little freaking toms and kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I dig that song, dude. I do.
I'm on your side.
I don't think it's a 10. I think it's a 9.5 for me. I like how straightforward this song is. You know, don't get me wrong. I love all the tangents and things that some of the other songs do and
Yeah.
everything. But I like that they outro with this song just being a straight up banger, heavy metal, freaking whatever, just in your
Yeah.
face. And every time the guy is just kind of like, I'm by your side. You know, it's very encouraging, very empowering. It's just a freaking sick song. And it's just straight up freaking metal. You know, what can I say, man? Sick song.
I think I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
I really do like that chorus. I think it's cool. Well, I like the first half of the chorus. And then the second half of it, it kind of doesn't get me as pumped. Like the first half,
yeah.
I'm straight up like, yeah, master plan. Like,
Yeah.
this is pumping me up and this is awesome, you know? But I do like that it's a bit shorter. Like the way he's like, I'm on your side, you shall not fear this time. The final judgment now and I'm like, I'm all on board. But then it's kind of like forged by the fire, the awakening, awaits
So
fall
the light,
born again by the night. And it just seems like not as epic for me. Maybe if I was more of an Ice First Earth band, or I don't know. It just seems kind of, I don't know. The second part doesn't get me as pumped. Like I feel like the first half gets me really pumped, and then the second half is, I don't know. But it's still an awesome song, and I appreciate that it's fast and going for it though.
Yeah, I did like that solo part too. The way it's just like like it sounds very much just like reiterating the chorus. Like that was a cool chorus and stuff. But anyways, Ian's now going to add up the scores and everything. But yeah, sick album.
I agree. It is.
I guess I'm going to share my final thoughts, and then Ian will do the scores and his final thoughts. I'll close out the album. But thanks everybody for joining us and going over Savage Circus. I'm glad, bro, we did this. I think this is still a exceptional freaking album. It's like up there with like just awesome albums. Like I feel like that Lost Horizon album's another just kind of straight banger album. And then of course the tried and true stuff. Halloween and all that. But this definitely leans more into just the straight up heavy metal 80s stuff, all that. Not as much keyboards and stuff. But yeah, sick album though. So I don't really have much to say that I've already said throughout the songs and everything. Some of the lyrics I wish I knew. I wish I knew kind of like the inspiration on like where are they getting these lyrics from, like what's inspiring them to write these songs. It would be kind of cool to know a little backstory. But still, I thought they made a freaking banger of an album.
I agree. I'll just say the scores and share my thoughts on the album. So for the Savage Circus Dreamland Manor, Kevin gave it the highest score. He gave it a 9.44. I give it the lower score. I gave it an 8.94. This score the final score is 9.19 for Savage Circus.
Interesting. Yeah.
My score is way higher than I thought it'd be. Maybe I'm just feeling it, and it's just. But it is a really sick freaking record. It's similar to Dolly's Dilemma. Like I'm kind of like, dude, bro, you're picking stuff that is just really clicking for me, and it's just really good. These are
I'm picking banger after banger after
no,
banger.
these are great records that I didn't really appreciate these albums back in high school when you were like really into this stuff. This stuff took me forever to really kind of get into, but I'm glad I'm into it now because I do agree this is a fantastic record. The guitar playing's really good. I do wish maybe the music had a little bit more dynamics to it,
variation.
But at the same time, what they do so freaking well that I can't complain about that too much, But yeah, it's an awesome record, and I'm glad we're able to kind of showcase it a little bit more because more metalheads, if you're into thrash, if you're into power metal, if you're into, I don't know, traditional heavy metal, like you should check this out. You might dig it,
I got a question. So my question for you, I was really surprised with your rating on Beyond Reality. That really surprised me. I thought you were going to give that like a 7 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's not an in-your-face kind of songwriter, but like, what was different with this album this time around? Because I know I've played it in the past.
What was different?
What stood out this time around?
Well, Kevin, I don't know. I think listening to it on good speakers was good.
Yeah. You learned what a key change is?
Yeah, this album is teaching me a lot, No, but like, I don't know what it is. I think the biggest hurdle for this album was the copy of Blind Guardian. That was the biggest hurdle for me for the longest time. I was just like, well, if I want to listen to Blind Guardian, I'll listen to Blind Guardian, you know?
Right.
And for some reason, I guess I don't really mind so much. Like, I think that might have been the biggest hurdle. I think another hurdle for me was the long songs. A lot of these are like 7 minutes and stuff. I think that was another hurdle for me too. Because when you would play it, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool chorus. I don't remember the rest of the song, but that was a cool chorus. That was kind of my problem for a long time. And to a degree, I still kind of feel that way. I feel like this album, the power is probably in the choruses and in the Carlson dude's vocals.
Yeah.
That is the biggest highlight of the album for me. But the guitars and drumming and stuff is all like really solid too.
One thing that I love about this album, and it's the same thing that I love with, Lost Horizons Awakening the World. Heck, it's the same thing that I loved about Megadeth's Dystopia. There's certain albums, let's use Rust in Peace as an example. Let the guitars do their thing and tell the story themselves. I feel like so many metal songs and whatever, they like rely on one riff or something, and then they don't let the band just kind of do their thing. And I feel like Rust in Peace is a unique album because it's not like a cookie cutter. I don't feel like it's a cookie cutter thrash album.
It's not.
They let the guitars do a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
When you listen to like Hangar 18 and stuff, and it's constantly doing solo after solo after solo after solo. Same thing with Manticora. They let the guitars do their thing and just do. If we're doing another solo, we're doing another solo.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that, letting the guitars freaking do their thing. And I feel like this album they do that a bit, where the guitars just go for it.
They have the freedom to just do whatever. They don't have to be like every song has to fit this verse, chorus kind of.
Yeah. And the solo can't be too long or whatever. Yeah. I like it. Like if you have something more to do musically and stuff, do that instead of always relying on the vocalist.
And that could be risky too, because if you're doing too much, then it will feel a little bit plodding or too much of a detour, and then you're kind of like, this is kind of.
But if it's
so
done
it's risky.
good,
but if it's done good, then it's
like
bravo. You know?
I'm tired. Like, we know what the formula is for success. We know, I just wish more bands would let the music freaking just
try to do something more interesting.
Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Break the rules every now and then.
Yeah. But thanks again for doing this album, bro. You got the next pick. So thanks everybody for watching. We're Forgotten Legends of Sound, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.